Alright, what we're going to do now that the vise is all nice and smooth here, is we're going to cut the groove in this section of the base to hold the torque arm, the anti-rotation feature that I am blatantly ripping off from Tom Lipton and people like Float Lock and other manufacturers. I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch square groove that will allow me to install a 3/4 inch square torque arm. The reason I want to use a square torque arm is because I want it to be able to rotate it and be able to use it on either side, right? So we got a 1-inch end mill here, rougher, and we're going to get set up and start taking some cuts. Alright, I'm going to raise up, touch off, and zero my... There we go. That's zero there. Now we're going to zero on this back side here. Alrighty, I'm going to come up 1/2 inch. We're zeroed on the back, we're zeroed on the top. Tell you what, in deference to my rather spindly setup here, I'm going to go ahead and back out. I'm going to back out 1/4 inch on that depth of cut. Alright, let's ease into the cut. crank in another 1/4 of an inch depth of cut and make another pass. Stop for a second. I'm going to pick the feed up a little bit. I think it might be rubbing a little. I'm not sure. We're at 516 right here on this depth here. We're still at about 600 back lateral. I'm going to go ahead and crank in another 1/4 of an inch to get to our final 3/4 of an inch depth, and then I'm going to come in this way towards the cutter, 150 thou, to bring us to our final depth of cut radially. That's our last 250. come in 100. That's 150 radial. Taking a 1/4 of an inch depth of cut here. We're taking 150 thou radially over the whole depth. The end mill does have a nice 30 thousandths radius in the corner. That's what you're seeing right there. That was 3/4 of an inch full cut there. Let's Let's take another measurement. All right, we're at 754. I can live with that. I'm going to have to move the workpiece out of the way to measure that other side now. And we're at 755. On that dimension, I'd say we're good. Let's get this baby out of the vise and over to the workbench. All right, here we go. The vise has been slab sided. Our slot has been cut down here for the torque arm. You know, the vise is kind of big for this table, so it's not like the torque arm could be very long. I'm thinking I may come up with a clamp assembly that affixes back here rather than the usual T-slot, because I mean, as you can see, this distance is rather small. I don't want to drill the table, so I may come up with a clamp that affixes to the back here to give me a little more mobility. And here we go. There she is sideways. I've actually already used it for a little job. I had to drill some plates to be welded into a frame, and I used the vise here to hold them. Worked fine. The plastic screw is actually working extremely well. Once I got this screw all coated with cast iron dust, and I cleaned it, and then I ran it in and out a couple times. The cast iron dust really seemed to put a nice finish on it, so it's working very well. I need to get a wrench for this. This is 7/8, not regular 6-inch Bridgeport size, so I think I'll make me one of the little Tom Lipton special spinner wrenches there. But anyway, happy with it so far. One video left, and that's to make the torque arm, and there we go. All right, there we go. We've cut that baby up, produced a big old pile of cast iron mess. We've cut the slot. Next video we'll be wrapping up. I got to get some square stock in here to make the torque arm, and then we will make the little clamp hold down and affix it to the table, and then we'll go from there. I think I might also make some keys to go on the bottom of that vise to utilize the T-slots. The T-slots in this Alzmetal are of a unusual size. They do not match that of standard 5/8 Bridgeport sized hardware. So anyway, there we go. Also, I'd like feedback from the users. The intro and the trailer, this piece right here of this video, were shot with my new Nikon D3300 using the mic internal to the Nikon D3300. The 3300 is entry-level Nikon DSLR that will shoot 60 frame 1080p, and it also has a built-in stereo mic. I want to know about the sound and how you feel about the picture quality, how you feel about, I think I need some more lighting in here. It seems to be a little darker, but I also, just your general feedback. The video, all the video shot in between was still shot with the old Canon Power Shot, which the Nikon here is going to replace. I'm going to have to invest in much better holding for the camera. The good old regular Noga here isn't going to hack it anymore. So, and do I need an external mic? The 3300 has a jack for an external mic. How does the sound to you, and could it be improved upon? Other than that, only one more left in this series. Be safe in the shop, and I'll be back with you soon.